Friday. January 7th. Another one not reading the email.
Okay, I'd like to open the meeting. Mr. Karate, can you do roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Raccomando,
Present.
Ms. Borelli,
Present.
Mr. Laurentino,
Present.
Ms. Mahoney,
Here.
Mr. Scherer,
Here.
Ms. Torbic,
Here.
Ms. Traverso,
Here.
Ms. Ottarelli.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
That one don't work.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Okay, first off, I would like to thank all three candidates for tonight. You did a phenomenal job. But at this point, I would like to make a motion to appoint Marty Ianello as board trustee effective January 10th. Okay, appoint you as board trustee. Can I get a motion? Roll call, Mr. Karati?
Okay, Mr. Laurentino,
Yes.
Ms. Mahoney,
Yes.
Mr. Scherer,
Yes.
Ms. Torbic,
Yes.
Ms. Traverso,
Yes.
Ms. Ottarelli,
Yes.
Ms. Borelli,
Yes.
Mr. Raccomando.
Yes.
So what we're going to do tonight is, congratulations, you're appointed to the Board of Education for this school year 2022. We're just going to confirm with the state that you don't need to do fingerprinting or archive your fingerprints, even if it's only been like a week. We just want to make sure. So we'll get that answer hopefully before or by Wednesday. And then we could give you the oath of office on Wednesday evening, and then you could take the seat with the Board of Ed and hopefully take action. Okay, so I'll be in touch with you, and thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices should be turned off. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Ms. Violetti.
Thank you. Okay, I will repeat this on Wednesday, but I just wanted to take the opportunity just to share that the district will be a host site for the COVID vaccines and booster shots this Saturday, January 15th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. here at the high school. It's by the New Jersey Department of Health, and the vendor is DocGo. So it'll be, again, this Saturday between 1 and 7. It's open to all members of our community. If you have family members outside of our community, absolutely. And people will enter through the side parking lot doors. The other thing I wanted to share, lots of questions about the uniform policy. You will see it is going through the first reading at Wednesday's meeting, where it will be voted on. A policy has to go through 2 readings. So I've been hearing receiving a lot of questions about the policy. The policy subcommittee of the Board of Ed, they did make some revisions to the uniform policy based upon the parent feedback we received. The first reading will be this Wednesday. The second reading will be next month. And then from there, the board will make a recommendation as to when they want to have that to begin implementation. And then my last piece I just wanted to share this evening is that the NJDOH did update their COVID-19 quarantine recommendations. And this time they did include the school systems. So they did shorten the quarantine to 5 days. There are a couple little caveats there that I will review, but they did say to more specific information will be provided to school districts. So I'm hoping to receive that information by tomorrow. And the goal is to send this information out to our entire school community some point tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Karati with the Business Administrator report, please.
I have no report this evening.
Okay, thank you. And for Wednesday, we'll have the presentation, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I will open the meeting to the public for agenda items only. Oh. Where am I at?
Agenda items for discussion.
Next one.
Oh, I get the
Oh, no,
draft.
I'm sorry, yeah, this one here.
Oh, okay.
So start with the board action, any questions?
Okay.
Each section.
We'll go through board action items, B2122.24 through B2122.30.
And just for the public, you all have it as one packet. We change it now. So you have the draft agenda for Wednesday evening in the back of after the January 10th meeting agenda.
Through the chair. I didn't get a chance to look at the district calendar. Was the change made that we voted on?
This is the calendar for next school year.
Oh, we voted on this school year. Never mind. My bad.
A quick question, with the calendar with next school year, do
Yes.
the kids start after Labor Day, right? I believe?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, no discussion, right?
No, that's it. Next section.
Okay, we haven't picked any chair people yet. Well, we have, but we have not, but, so,
On you.
Miss Torbick, would you like to do education and curriculum? I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. Oh, okay, what? I'll take care of it until Wednesday. How's that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Just ask any
thinking
questions.
it's not turning on.
Okay, any questions on education curriculum? E2122.29 down to E2122.36. Seeing none? Okay, finance, budget, facilities. What is this one here? F464 revised?
Yeah, for the Chromebooks.
Okay. And
And just a question, I have a comment on 55. I explained to the board, is for the public, that we'll be taking bids tomorrow for the HVAC renovations in those two gymnasiums at Smith and Franklin schools. So hopefully all the documentation comes in and it's within our funding. We're looking to approve that on Wednesday evening.
thank you. Okay. And next on,
Can I comment on that last one, too?
sure.
I'm just curious, the 135 desktop computers, I didn't know we still use desktop. Did they get allocated to each school, or it just seems like a lot of desktops?
Yeah, we break the desktops down. I mean, eventually we'll be phasing out desktops, but we have computer labs in the schools. We have teachers in their classrooms, and then other staff too.
Yeah, we use desktop, we don't have laptops everywhere, we're still
Yeah,
using.
right.
Okay, just curious.
Okay. All right. Policy, just P2122.5.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Can we pull this until the new committee reviews that?
I don't see a problem with that, do you?
I was going to suggest the same thing, because we have 3 new board members to get familiar, and this is a big change
Absolutely.
to the policy.
Absolutely. That will be tabled, I guess, until.
The only thing that would happen is it would be postponed. Right.
Yeah.
So it'd be March and February.
Yeah, so, yeah, it would just be postponed until February, then approved in March, or first reading in March,
First reading, February.
and second reading March. Okay.
Because are we aiming to institute this year, or we're looking for September of next year?
That would be the decision of the board.
I didn't hear what you said.
That would be the decision of the board.
Okay, so
What
yeah,
you
so
wanted
we're
to
really
do.
not in that much of a rush that we have to push this through.
Okay. All right. Any more questions? Okay, I guess there's just, I just cut my fingernail, so I can't get it. Negotiations.
I have a question, but I don't think we can answer that. It's numbers. When I went in to look at it, it didn't have any numbers in there. Do we have amounts?
It's the amounts that the paraprofessionals get paid is listed in the contract. So there's a scale at the end. So it's a raise on top of that
Right.
number.
I think I said my question correctly. I know nobody can hear me, so sorry. Do we have an estimate of what the total cost that is going to be? An estimate? Do we have an idea? Is it
do.
gonna be like, I guess my question is there already set hours, or is this gonna be based on when they're needed?
It's for the paraprofessionals that are in the ABA classrooms.
They already have
They're set-
specific hours.
Right, they're set hours.
So I was just curious if we knew
plus there's ones that when the power is needed, they're subbing in the classroom. So they would get it as well. So I didn't run a total, right, I didn't run a total, but I could get that.
Right, no, it's a good question, but especially right now, we are, if we're short-staffed, paras are needed in the ABA classroom, so they do cover a lot right now.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to personnel, I believe, P2122.53 down to P2122.60. Sure.
2122.55, number 10, there's no payment. Empty.
9.
I'm sorry, there's no, what was the question?
For number 10 on P255.
Okay. Yeah,
There's no payment
Yes, there
for
is.
that. I don't have it on mine.
Yeah,
10,936.
10,936.
Stephanie, I'm telling you, I knew that was weird. Thank you. Okay. That's why I asked. Mine has nothing, it's a big blank square.
Thank you.
that's weird.
Thank you.
Okay. More
Oh, yeah.
discussion.
Ms. Torbeck, did you bring a printed copy or just look at the one that was on the table
I
there?
did it myself.
Oh, yeah, there was items that were added today, some account numbers, that amount was filled in as well. So it's the document that's right on your table, that was the latest one.
But I put my notes on it.
Sorry about that.
Okay, and on committee reports and liaison reports, we'll have all the committee chairs by Wednesday, liaisons by Wednesday. Okay. Any correspondence?
No.
Old business? New business?
Under new business, I'm assuming it's new business. Are we anticipating canceling any kind of events coming up?
Good question.
None at this time.
Okay.
Even if they're from outside.
We have not. We have been allowing outside people into our school buildings for our events. Especially, you have to remember the high school sports. They are the NJSIAA. They are continuing moving forward as is. So we're allowing outside teams. That being said, we did have a wrestling match this past weekend. I did send an email to all the Board of Ed members at that time to allow them to share their perspective as to, with the uptick in COVID cases, if we wanted to halt it, if we wanted to move forward. We did decide to move forward. We did find out all their measures, the safety measures and precautions that they are taking. We can take it on a case-by-case basis. We can do what works.
I know there's an event coming up that's not a Saddlebrook, so to speak, event, it's an outside event. So I was curious, there's a guard show or something that's gonna be happening.
I'm not sure.
A what?
The color guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, that's why I was curious.
Yeah, there's three large events. There's a cheer competition, cheer event, which should have happened this weekend. They had to postpone it, which will be in February. Then there's the a rec wrestling tournament that's in not this Sunday, the following Sunday. It's another large event.
Another one?
And then color guards in early February, and the cheer event's gonna be 2 weeks after that. So, like Ms. Violetti said, we're still moving forward. They're changing their protocols and trying to spread out as much as possible with different groups coming at different times to try to limit the number of teams participating and also fans watching the event. So they're doing whatever they can, but we're trying to allow them to continue and have their fundraising event at this time. But it could change at any time. But it almost came last week. We were almost canceling the cheer event. I mean, we were holding on as long as possible, but.
I'd like to bring up, I went to the, I'd like to thank a couple people if I could. I went to the football dinner and I don't know if you guys know, but there's only 2 parents who stepped up and helped out the whole football team for their dinners, their spaghettis, the breakfast, this and that. It's Miss Kellyettes Artemizio and Peggy Pappas. They did a phenomenal job on the football season and for the football dinner. So I'd just like to thank them for that. And I would also like to know if, as a board, when people come up and ask a question, can we answer that question and then have them the opportunity to rebuttal it? You know, to ask instead of just sitting down and not being able to talk again.
That would be for your policy.
Okay.
Look at your policy and see, I mean, generally, I believe your policy reads that board members of the public can make comments. The board always will consider comments, but not necessarily
Right then and there.
back and
Yeah.
forth. And that's generally the practice for having orderly meetings whenever there's
Yeah.
a hot button issue.
Yeah.
And it would go back and forth and back and forth. That's the purpose for that. So it's something I think you might want to discuss in the policy. or
Okay.
exec about how your
Okay.
policy reads and how you might want to consider revising it.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. I'd like to open the meeting to the public for comments. Anybody wish to speak in public? Thank you. I'd like to close the meeting to the public. Motion?
Motion.
Second? Vicky. Okay. All in favor? Thank you, Kelly. Okay, any opposed? Okay, I'd like a motion to close the meeting.
Well, we're gonna,
Oh, wait.
gotta ask for a motion. We're going to close session.
Oh, motion to go to- oh,
Back
this
to
one.
your-
Okay. Okay, I'd like to
back one.
make a motion to go into closed session. Any, any opposed? Okay. This one here?
Yeah, whereas the
Okay, here's my statement here. Whereas the Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting, and whereas the subjects are within the exceptions of the Open Public Meetings Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed sessions pursuant NJSA 10-4-12B, and whereas as the Board of Education intends to discuss matters as follows. NJSA 10.4, confidential student policy matter, attorney-client privilege. Whereas the length of the closed session is estimated to be approximately 15 to 20 minutes, after which the public meeting, wrong? Okay,
We're not gonna-
we will not be coming back to open to the public.
action will not be taken.
Action will not be taken. And could I get a motion? Opposed? Thanks, Kelly. Keep forgetting that one. That's all right. Keep forgetting that one. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming to the meeting. We will be back here on Wednesday, the 12th at 7 p.m. Have a good night. 7:30?
29. Thanks, Kelly.